Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of SVG's at the Rink. We're here to talk with another team from Canada. This is, I believe, the third team from Canada. We have the Canadiens a little bit later, but I'm pleased to be joined by Steve Edgar. He is the manager of game presentation for the Calgary Flames. First of all, Steve, how are you doing? How's the season so far, and how's Calgary right now?
Yeah, thanks, Kristian. Thanks for having me. The season's been it's been like a regular hockey season. Lots of ups and downs, but lots of excitement in there. Certainly better than the alternative in this pandemic world. So we're enjoying it and looking forward to some spring hockey here, which normally is a luxury. And hopefully there's more spring hockey beyond May 6th.
Right. Terrific. Last year, around this time, we were thinking, when is hockey going to come back? But now we're getting to a time where we'll have more sports than there weren't sports back then. So it's good to hear you're doing well, and good to hear that you guys are back to work. But yeah, that's why we're here. What are the elements being played up at Scotiabank Saddledome right now, just for generic game? I know you guys are in the North Division with Canadian teams, but when any teams comes to town, what are you guys playing when the game is going on?
So as you can imagine, like every team who's playing without fans right now, our content is catered directly towards the hockey team and what's best for them, what's going to motivate them, what's going to drive some energy in the building. Whereas with fans, obviously we're playing to them as stakeholders and many other people who are watching and taking in our game. So all the content is geared towards them. So it's a lot of high energy, engaging music, engaging visuals that help promote some atmosphere in the absence of fans. Most of it is stuff we kind of rotate game in through game. We create new stuff. We regurgitate some of the old stuff and change it just to keep things moving. And when it comes to opponents or matchups, we do a little bit to cover the matchup, whether it's updating a head-to-head video where we're showing past highlights against that team. Some teams we do more than others, but try and engage in those matchups and those storylines as much as we can.
All right, awesome. So before we started this call, you mentioned the Battle of Alberta because the Edmonton Oilers and the Calgary Flames heated rivalries, and you guys are, in this weird season, that's the team you guys are going to see a lot because you're stuck in the Canadian centric division. When that team comes to town, when the Oilers come to town, what are you tapping into to kind of generate a little bit of extra juice for the players that are on the ice? Is it talking about the rivalry? Are you making fun of the Oilers? What is some of the content that's on the board?
Well, 10 times we get them, which is awesome for hockey fans in both Edmonton and Calgary. And the Battle of Alberta obviously goes back, 30, 40 years. And I would say up until last year, it honestly wasn't much of a battle. I think both teams kind of either were not playing very well or not succeeding in terms of their season. But last year was really ignited with some goalie fights and a lot of back and forth physicality between members of each team. So heading into this season, 10 times, everyone was licking their chops to watch these games. And there's been some intensity, and we try and play that up. We have a specific, open for Battle of Alberta nights that's been built this year. That's really edgy, hard-hitting, a lot of the aggressive physical part of the game. And we just do our best to play that up. We don't poke a lot of fun at the opposition. It's just, I think we try and respect them, especially the Oilers, because they do have some firepower. So we don't necessarily want to get on their bad side. But no, we just try and play up our team and promote our team and hopefully give the guys all they need to go out there and succeed.
Listen, when the goalies drop the mitts and they're kind of throwing fisticuffs, that's always interesting, and it's always good to see in terms of a rivalry standpoint. Even as a neutral fan, I'm a Ranger fan, so you can imagine, it's like the hatred I have for the Flyers or for any other team that I don't like. So that's good to hear. In terms of the digital side, Steve, if fans are missing out on the experience right now because of the pandemic, but they want to get in touch with the team and they want to make sure that the whole entire game day, game night experience is still kind of similar to what they would have, seen when they went to Scotiabank Saddledome. What are you guys doing on the digital side, either on social or those live stream aspects, to make sure they're still connected to the squad?
So we've got essentially three areas that we're bringing together to kind of have a more holistic approach to our interactive fan experience. Those being our Flames TV broadcasts, which are live streamed pregame, and our two intermissions and postgame on Facebook and YouTube. our mobile gaming strategy, so predictive gaming, interactive gaming through our venue app, and then social media. So we use all three of those, vehicles to kind of have this holistic fan experience from home. So Flames TV broadcast is a lot of the communication tool, a lot of here's what we're promoting, here's what we're marketing, here's where to go to participate. Social obviously helps with that. And then the mobile experience is where all the users are actually going into, logging in, playing along with us, whether that's our Score 4 predictive gaming feature. We're doing a promotion with Dodge. Fans can play along to enter to win a truck. We're getting ready to launch a bingo game. So we're really creating a menu of games, lots of prizing to try and promote, to try and garner more users, create a database that'll help us go in other directions in our business in the future.
And you're also doing the great job of integrating sponsors, which I know is tough because not a lot of stuff is going on in the venue. So you probably have to repurpose that stuff to make sure that eyeballs are still getting to those products. So kudos to you on doing that. And last, before I let you go, Steve, despite fans not being there, it's still a tough job day in and day out to make sure that video board and that show still runs without a hitch. You got a deep crew there, but you guys deserve a lot of credit. Who's on your team that, you know, deserve some recognition while you have the chance to do so?
There's so many people to thank. I'd be here forever because our crew is so amazing and there's so many good people. But we've just been so lucky throughout this whole pandemic to be able to diversify and get our hands in different things. And the group's really brought together and pitched in where they can, people doing different things and things I never thought they'd be doing a year ago. And I'm just so lucky to have the group I have, all the people who work with us. Like I said, so many to name. I'd be here forever, but if they are watching, thank you guys. You're the best crew in professional sports, and just lucky to have you every day. So thank you.
Well, Steve, I can second that. Thanks for watching and keep up the great work. But yeah, for the rest of the way, good luck the rest of the season. And again, hopefully when it's safe enough to do so, I'll come up there and say hello.
Well, we'd love to have you anytime. We'll give you some good Western Canadian hospitality.